Ciao everybody, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Julian Giannotti, and today I am bringing you all a statistical breakdown of our season thus far. We're 30 games into the Serie A season. That's about 80% of the league matches played, and basically I've collected a bunch of data that illustrates what we've done well, what we've not done well, where we stand with the rest of the league, and if it's good enough. So at the end of this, there's about 12 slides or 12 pictures, graphics, that will depict our season in numbers and graphs. So I want you all to comment and say, are you happy with this? Does this make sense? Are you okay with being pretty much average? Because that's what these numbers are saying right now. And we'll get into it as the show progresses. So as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest stuff. And these stats are brought to you by SPORTENING, the Sporting app. Go download it, join our Bianconeri Zone chat community, follow Juventus. They give you stats, standings, news updates, all that stuff. And it's really good, nice and easy to do. So do that now, and we'll start the show. Now when the first graphic comes up, I'm going to have to slide to my right, so excuse me. And it's going to be basically an overview of our attack, and I'll run through the numbers as we go along. So let me just slide on over. Sorry about the lights. So this is our attack. This is obviously, you can see the title, it says home and away, it's overall. So all of our matches combined, 30 matches. This is 4. So it's a breakdown of our goals, how we score our goals. So open play obviously is when we're passing the ball and we're going towards goal. Crossing, it's open. It's not a free kick, it's not a penalty shot, it's not a corner. As you can see at the below down there, 72% of our goals are open play. That's fine. The amount is not fine, but the open play goals, the amount of them, or the chunk of the 72% of our goals are from open play, that's good, that's fine. The amount of set piece goals and the amount of penalties, that is an issue. I say this because you think of the monsters we have attacking crosses. We have Vlahovic, we have De Ligt, we have Morata, who's good in the air. We have all these players that are good in the box with their heads, and we only have 5 set piece goals this year. So I didn't go into the amount of corners we had, but we average about 5 corners a game. So I think we should be doing a better job on set pieces and on free kick, like corners and free kicks just outside the area. I think obviously we all know the direct free kicks. We've been poor. We've scored 1 goal this season, and that was the Coppa Italia, and that was that crappy Quadrato free kick against Sampdoria when he kicked the ball under the wall. Ever since Ronaldo came, we've been not dangerous from direct free kicks, and we don't even get many. We don't even get into those opportunities to get those direct free kicks. And definitely, the next penalty stat, it shows that even more. 5 penalties on the season. You think in 30 games, Juventus would have more opportunities at penalty shots. You'd think that we would be in the opponent's area more likely than not, or more often than we concede them. And it's not the case. Is that a refereeing thing? I'm not going to say that. I think we should just be in the opponent's area more often, and that's how you create more penalty shots and more opportunities to score even. So take a look at that. Obviously there's 1 own goal, but yeah, the set pieces and the penalties, they got to go up, and even the counterattacks. I don't know what this site decides a counterattack is, but I think that number is a little bit low, because I think we scored on counter more than 2 counterattacks. But for the most part, I'm okay with the 72% of the open play goals. It's nice. It's a good number. But set pieces, penalty, the numbers have to go up. Not the percentage. The number of those goals need to go up. So we'll move on. That's the general attack. We'll go on to the defense now. This is eye-opening as well and kind of scary. Open play, 13 goals against. Set pieces, 10. A bunch of those came at the beginning of the season, and I think if you guys were a part of the channel at the beginning of this season, I was harping on that. The Napoli game, the Milan game, Udinese game, like pick your lot. Like, we conceded on set pieces so many times at the beginning of the season, and is that due to a new coaching philosophy of how to defend set pieces? Is that due to Szczesny not being in form and not confident because there was murmurs of Donnarumma coming in? I don't know. And again, we've one goal conceded on penalty shots, but we've conceded more penalties. Like, Szczesny just saved them. So thank him for that. But yeah, that 10 set pieces out of how many goals have we conceded? 26. That's not good. That's a lack of concentration, organization, and all that stuff that you think Allegri would instill into the team from the very beginning. Like, don't concede on set pieces. That's like the number one thing you shouldn't do. But the open play goals, it's like stout defense. Very good. Only 13 open play goals against. So that's very good. And we've come to expect that with Allegri, and we've seen that, obviously. We'll move on, and again, this is all based on 30 games, 30 match days in Serie A. This is not including the Champions League because those numbers are too hard to get. Now we are looking at, obviously, the flow of play. So what side are we attacking the most down or in the middle? And it's pretty even. And this stat is a little eye-opening because you would think we play down the right more with Quadrado always playing, and last year, I think this stat was like 40 to 10 or whatever. I think it was like 40 plus on the right-hand side. But now it's kind of equaled out. Is it Pellegrini? Is it Sandro? I don't think that's the thing. I don't see that in particular, but the numbers are the numbers. The numbers don't lie. So right side, it's been an equal flow of play. Even in the middle, like, it's good. It's good balance. Then now the action zones. This is not good. This is not good at all. This is when we have the ball. We have the ball more in our own third than in the opposition third. And again, if you want to be a team that dominates, this is not pretty. Like, if we're probably looking at Man City's action zone charts, it would be probably 20, 35, and whatever, like 45. But like, obviously left to right, reading left to right. This is kind of boring. This is us passing amongst our defenders, trying to get out of our own end. I think this is part of the reason why fans don't want Allegri to stay, and they already want Allegri out. They want more eye-opening, eye-catching football, and I'm not saying either or right now. I'm just giving you the stats. I'm not saying what I want, but Allegri is effective at other things. Allegri is effective at what we saw on the defensive side of the game. We saw the 13 goals against an open play this season in 30 games. That's what he's effective at. This, in particular, this is his philosophy of just hanging on for the season and doing what it needs to do to get to next year's goals. So I hope this number or this graphic changes in the future. But for now, I think you have to expect more of it. You have to expect more D-to-D passes, more center back passes, and less time in the opposing third. So we'll see what happens for the rest of the season. But this is up to 30 games now, so I don't see a big change in the last 8 matches. We'll move on. Shot directions now. This is pretty straightforward. It makes sense, all numbers. You want to shoot down the middle. You want to get your shots from a position where you see most of the net, and you have more space or opportunities to shoot at goal. If you're coming on an angle, obviously you see less of the net, so it makes sense you want to get more of your shots off from the middle. And we're getting a bit less shots from the right side because I think Quadrado puts more crosses in, so once he crosses the ball in, people come from the opposite wings or the middle to shoot, or to get their attempt on target. So this makes more sense. I was a little bit surprised at how high the number of the middle, or how hard that area that we get shots on target. So good. But again, the overall output is not good. These are just opportunities we're creating, and you'll see later on what I mean by the creation of shots we get. It's not great. It's pretty average, to be honest. So I like that we're getting when we do shoot, it's more centrally. So I like that. And now more shot zones. So obviously this picture lays it out for you. We get 7% of our shots inside the 6-yard box. You're hoping those are all going in, to be honest. 58% of the shots are coming from inside the 18-yard box. That's a good number. The bad number obviously is 35%. So every 100 shots, we have 35 taken from the outside of the box. And what kind of attempts are we getting here? Are we getting good ones, good looks? Are we getting rush shots? Are we getting really crappy efforts that go high and wide? What are we getting out of those? There's obviously a breakdown that we could get into there, but 35 is a high number. 35 is a high number. If that was 25 and we had 10 inside the 6-yard box, and then we had 65 inside the 18-yard box, that would equate to better quality numbers and probably more goals. And that's what we need at this point of the season in order for us to be at the top, not 7 points off. As we roll along, shot direction. So this is against, again, who's defending on the right side? Usually it's Danilo and Quadrado. So it looks to me that we are allowing those, I guess, left wingers or left-sided players to get more shots off. And it's Danilo and Quadrado on that side. So I don't know. Usually there are safety Sams, foundational defenders. They're allowing more shots. And as you can see, as a comparison, we get 66 in the middle or centrally, and we're allowing 63. So we're a little bit above the median or the average there. And again, defensive zone shots, or shot zones, 6% in our own 6-yard box. That's a little scary. Should be a little bit lower for against. I like the 43 outside the box because that's almost 50% of their efforts. The opposing team's efforts are coming from outside the box. That's what you want. So I'm okay with this. I'd like that to be a little bit more 50-50. But it is what it is. And now we're going into straight up. So the blue lines you're going to see, or the blue little areas and numbers, are going to be Juventus stats, and then the white ones are going to be versus the rest of the 19 teams in Serie A. So let's take a look at these. Recoveries were about bang average. Shots on target, literally average. Bang average. Shots on target, slight, barely above average. Passes were above. Clean sheets, of course, were above, and dribbling were above. So, again, we expect to be above in every stat. The fact that we're even close to being average at stuff, it tells the story about the season. It's very, very bad attacking style of play. And we know that, but these are just numbers to put into place. And to illustrate this further, that something needs to change, players need to change, coaching philosophy needs to change, if we want to go back to the top. Let's get those numbers even deeper now. So obviously, again, we're blue and Serie A's white. So look at goals for per 90, bang average. We are averages like pretend that's 10th, because 10 out of 20 is 50%, we're average. That's not good. For a team that aspires to be the best, and always the best, That's not good enough. It's a little embarrassing because teams like Sassuolo, like like Verona, they're higher. They have a higher goals for per 90. They have higher shots on target. Is this sustainable for us? Is this sustainable to try and compete for a title? No. We've seen that through 30 games. So this needs to change. The only way you can do that is if you attack more and you're more brave. You have to allow your defenders to defend when you if you cough up the ball. Get a proper central midfielder in there to break up play and give it a go every game. Give it a go attack every game. In modern football translates to goals, and how do you win games? You score goals. Yes, we went on a 16-game unbeaten streak or whatever, but we played really crap teams. And then obviously we played Napoli, Milan, and Atalanta. And we drew those games. And the one game against Milan, we didn't have a shot on target. So how about we try and win that Milan game, and now we're talking about title race. But no, we're 7 points back, and it's because we're scared to go attack. And again, you see him on the board right there. We are bang average in every stat. We're just barely above the average in Serie A. So that needs to change in order for us to move up higher in the table, in my opinion. Again, let me know in the comments if you disagree. If you are okay with the pragmatic approach and scraping through 1-0 victories through own goals, that's your opinion. That's fine. Am I saying sack Allegri? No. I'm saying, can he influence the game a little bit more? Sure. You better. Now I'll go to defense. Of course, like, we're flying in that category. Goals against per 90, 0.87. I think we have the second best defense in Serie A. Shots on target against, almost 1.5 less per game against, which is great. Shots against total, like missed, wide, woodwork, whatever, almost 1.5 again, less than the Serie A average. And our save percentage, so tech's been very good. So again, defensively, fine, very good. But the attacking is not good, and that's why you're fourth, and you're not second or pushing for a title. Because again, you can tie every game 0-0 with good defense, but you can't win every game 1-0 without a proper attack. And finally, our last slide. I know there's been a bunch of numbers there, but again, you can pause the video if you want and actually view them, and you can make your own inferences about these numbers, but I'm giving you mine as we go. Again, feel free to pause the video and look at the charts. And this is our build-up. So possession, I was a little bit shocked at this. I didn't think we'd had 53, to be honest. I thought we were closer to 50, but we usually get 53% of the ball, apparently, per game. So the number on the top right is passes in our own half, and it outweighs the passes in the opponent's half. Again, if you want to be the dominant side, you want to, if everything goes well, you want to have that number above the own half possession or passes. You want to get the ball and you want to transition the ball quickly. You need midfielders, you need quality midfielders to do that, to transmit the ball from defense to attack. That's one. Two is you need, as soon as that happens, and we can't go counter-attack, we need everybody up in their half and trying to build up. We got to create a numbers up situation on either side of the park or even down the middle. But you got to get those midfielders and those attackers on the same wavelength. You got to get the defenders to make overlaps. You got to make players run, or make their runs. And that's how you get the number up. And your own passes down in your own half. And then your passing accuracy is 85 to 81 due to quality. So that's that. Those are all the stats so far, 30 matches into the Serie A season. Let me know if this is something you want me to do more often, but again, it was the international break. We're at 80% of our season, so I thought I'd let everyone know our status update of Allegri ball. So yeah, sorry, I'll move back over. Yeah, so let us know. Let us know if you liked the video, firstly, and then secondly, what your thoughts are, where we stand within our own league, because again, we should be looking to be dominating every statistical metric there is. We're not. So we're fourth. I think we're lucky to be fourth, but I'm very grateful we're fourth. But if we want to become first, we need to add more quality, and we need to change the approach to games. So whether that's on Allegri, it is, by the way, but we need a better attacking flow of play, especially in the attacking third. So with that, thank you for watching this video. Again, download the SPORTENING app. They sponsored this show with all the stats. And yeah, have a great night, everyone. Like the video again, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest stuff. It is the international break, so keep up with it because we got new shows coming and new content and different things like this coming. Thanks for watching, everybody. Ciao.